Blessed day, everyone, and welcome to It's When Lightning Strikes. My name is Grace, and I'm going to be your host. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. So today we're going to be, our topic of discussion is going to be intention, doing with intention. Another way to think of that is being purposeful or doing something on purpose, with purpose. And so this is going to be part one, and then we'll have part two will be its own separate video. So we're going to be utilizing the desert growing project that we talked about a few videos ago. And we're going to go take a tour and look at everything. I'll be talking about several different things as we go, in terms of why I chose to do what I have done. And then the second video will get a little bit deeper into what exactly is involved with being intentional. So let's get ready and we'll take a little tour of our project. All right, we're going to take our little tour here of our growing project. I'll start at the hose. We have water issues here, and so our water is recycled and treated. So I put an inline filter on here to filter out as much of the yucky stuff as I can, so the plants are getting as good a water as they can. We have a rose bush peepal over here. Got a rose. So over here is the watering center for our relatives. I chose this place because it's out of the sun and I can still get to it easily. Notice there's rocks to assist people getting in the water. There's rocks in the water. There's a deeper area there. And the lizards around here, a lot of them just drink through their skin. So that's why we have this shallow area with river rock and a deeper area. For the birds, they like to drink out of that, or they sit in it and take a bath. So the rocks are all in here because, you know, if somebody falls in, I want them to have a way out. I don't want to come out here and find that anybody has drowned because of my lack of thinking about this. If you start putting out water for your relatives, our relatives, you really need to continue to do it because they actually start counting on having that available. One of our bags. This is Wormwood. And then let's look at our planters. So these are the planters again. They're 7.5 feet long, 2 feet wide, only 16 inches high. So you can see I've elevated them on bricks. 4 bricks under each one. And I did that because I know who I live with, and one of those people is the Peter Cocktails, who would have been easily able to hop in here if I hadn't have elevated them higher. So we have our onions growing, peppers, calendula, marigolds, strawberries, tomato people, more strawberries, more tomato people, more onions, marigold, calendula, and peppers. In this one, everybody's up. We have our green beans. We have golden carrots. We have tomatoes. We have spinach. We have lettuce growing here. More tomatoes. Calendula back there. Another green bean person. And these are our purple carrots. So I close these at night to keep everybody out, and I could have set these boxes up anyway, but I put them side by side so I can work down the middle of them, and then I made them mirror images of each other so that I can open the sides facing each other and work with ease, and also the pollinators can just go back and forth between them. The mesh as you see, is very, very fine. Very fine. Keeps everything out but the smallest of beings, and that also was intentional because I don't want to come out here and find that, you know, birds or lizards or any other beings have tangled themselves up and perished because I was thoughtless, basically. Here's some more planter bags. The thing I like about these is they're breathable, and I can move them wherever I want. Got a lot of them everywhere. So if I find things are getting too much sun, I can move them. If they're not getting enough sun, I can move them. We got a lot of things growing. Here's some wildflowers. We got sunflowers, calendula. And then over here, this is the other side of the patio, so here's your orientation. And I have these sturdy wire racks. And then I have a lot of plants over here as well. The reason I chose to put the ones over here that are here is because they're more fragile and they're not going to be able to tolerate an enormous amount of hot sun. And so, because I know the path of the sun in respect to the back of my house, I know that they're all going to get the rising sun and the setting sun. So I also have some lights here that I've been supplementing them with. So we've got all kinds of stuff growing here with their companion crystals. I can also move these out into the yard if I want quite easily. Notice that they all have dishes with river rocks and shells in them. Also intentional, of course. And I know when they get bigger, they will be able to bottom water. And so I'll be able to put water in these. The shells will infuse calcium into the water, which we know is good for our plants. And I'm also hoping that it's going to create some humidity. I'll put a list. Oh, there's Harold. This is my resident hummingbird, Harold. I'm glad we got to see him today. I feed them. They've got feeders everywhere. And I also have nesting material out here for any of the other birds that need it. They've all got little nests here in the trees if they want to use them. And then we have swings right here. This is my dirt. And then I have a watering dish right here for anybody else that needs water of a bigger nature. So this is what it means to do with intention. There isn't anything out here that I have not done intentionally, and we'll talk more about that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of our Mojave Desert growing project. Everything at this point seems to be going quite well. We'll continue to take tours as time goes by so we can see how things are progressing together and what's working and potentially what's not, and how we're going to overcome any obstacles that we run into. Intention Part 2 is its own separate video, as I said before. I thank you for joining me today on the channel where lightning is bound to strike, and until we come together again, be well.